Welcome back to Masking Tape Treasures. First and foremost, I'd like you to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. Okay, today we're going to attempt to make a sloth. Okay, maybe a three-toed sloth. Okay, you're going to need a few materials. First, you're going to need paint brushes, acrylic paint, and masking tape, 1.88 or any tape that you have. And y'all, it's going to
Oh my God.
Paper. Play it again, Sam. You're going to need to pay attention. Let's get started. First, sloths are very slow-moving creatures. Very slow-moving. So we're going to create their head. Sort of like this. And taper it off a little. Like this. Sort of like a... They're going to be upside down, so it's going to be like this. Okay? Now, we're going to create the body. Create the body. Going to go like so. Like so. Okay? That's the head. That's the body. Okay. Now, we're going to create the arms. The arms are kind of long. So, their metabolism is very, very slow. So if they fell in the water, it'll take them a long time to drown. Their arms are kind of long, so we're going to do the arm sort of like this and twist. Hold down at the base here and then twist. Okay. Like so. See that? All right. Gonna do another one. I didn't do too much studying on sloth stuff, but I know that they have algae on their body that lives and grows on their body. So they may look a little dingy looking to you. And there you go. See that? Now let's get the leg. Yeah, they may look dingy because they have a lot of algae growing on them. And they live in the trees. They stay in the trees. But sometimes they come down. Sometimes they fall out of the trees. In spite of how they can. If a sloth was hanging in a tree and you should jump up and grab his back legs, he could still hang. So they got strong wrists. Their claws are like this. And they hang on to the branch. And their claws and their wrists, it's really strong. Really strong. So you can't pull them out of a tree too much. There you go. See that? Sort of like this. Okay. We're going to make them like that. All right, a little bit. Bend his body just a little. like this. And then we're going to get another leg. Let me see if I got something for him to grab on. I don't have a branch in here. I thought I had a branch in here. Well, I'll figure something out. If not, we'll make one out of masking tape. It's cool, 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 cool. There we go. Okay, now we got 4 arms, 2 legs, and 2 arms. Now let's put the little claws on there. There's 2 different sloths left here. The 2-toed sloth and the 3-toed sloth. We're going to make this one a 2-toed sloth. All right. They got claws like Wolverine. There's a claw. Let's make another one. There you go. There's 2 toes, claws. 2 toes. And we're going to put the other 2. Just twist, twist, twist. Remember, y'all, sticky side out. Sticky side out. Okay. Gonna make another one. It's not too hard. But I'm going kind of fast for this video. There you go. Now we need to put 4 down here. 2 on this side, 2 on this side. There. Just take it and twist. Twist. All right. Put this one here. And do the other one. There we go. Got 2 there. Now we need to get 2 more on the other side, and then we can start putting the skin on. The skin on. All right. Oh, sorry, y'all, for yawning. But it's just a natural thing. It happens when you're relaxed. And I'm relaxed. This relaxes me doing art and talking to you guys. It relaxes me. All right. There we go. Now we got now you see how the claws are? Now, they got a little nose. We're going to put a little nose there. Their nose is not that big, but it's kind of pronounced. So we're going to put a little nose on here. All right. Then now the butt, we got to put something back there. Can't have them without nothing back there. We're going to put a little bit back here. just back here so it won't look like bare like that. And maybe put a little bit on his back too. Like I told you, we're creating an illusion. And when you're creating an illusion, you're putting muscle up under the skin. So the skin is going to cover this part here. This here. The skin is going to cover that. And it's going to give it the appearance that there's muscle there. All right. There he is. All right. Now, all we got to do is just place the skin on him and... Story time. All right. This story time is called Robert Taylor Holmes. The Jets. The Jets. Yeah. Like in Chicago, Illinois, there was two major projects. One was on near the north side of Chicago, and it was called Cabrini Greens. And the other one, it was on the south side of Chicago, Bronzeville. And it was called Robert Taylor Holmes. Yes, these projects were something else. Okay, it consisted of 28 high-rise buildings. 28 high-rise buildings. And it was 16 stories tall. And it had about 4,415 units in it. All right. It stretched for about 2 miles. 2 miles. Far as you can see, like 2 miles out. Buildings. Yes. But and it was from 34th Street to 54th Street. From 34th to 54th Street. That's how far stretched these buildings were. They were 16 stories tall. So you can imagine the awe you would be, especially when you first seeing them. Yes. But it wasn't all peaches and cream. These were terrible buildings. These buildings had drug abuse in it, drug dealing, gang violence, and poverty. Yes. There was housed in there was 27,000 people. But there was supposed to be 11,000 in the buildings, but it was 27,000 of them in there. Yes. Yeah, 40% of the households were single. 40%. That's crazy, ain't it? 40% was single. And they were all mothers who headed the household. They were all mothers, you know. With most of the households earning less than $5,000. Yeah, they earned less than $5,000 a year. That's what the statistics show. But actually, they were making more than that because of the drug selling. Because a lot of people in there, like most of the guys in there, sold drugs. So the household was taken care of. They were wearing name brand clothes and everything. Yes, they were. You know, so it was crazy though. It was crazy. But, you know, it's from drug sales and stuff. They had a garbage chute. Like if you go to the 16th floor and you go to the middle of the hall area, right there was a garbage chute where you throw your garbage down and it goes down to a dumpster below. It was terrible because people, they threw some of everything in the garbage chute. They threw body parts and maybe aborted fetuses they threw down in there. It was terrible. Yep. People would they would cut holes in the wall. Like they would go in an abandoned apartment, cut a hole in there so they can and make escape routes. They would cut a hole through to another apartment and then go in that other apartment and cut a hole through to another apartment. It was crazy like that. It was crazy. But man, it was crazy. But they had to live. They had to live. Look, I used to go into projects. Fortunately enough, we didn't have to live in the projects. We lived somewhere else. We lived away from the projects. But the project was, it always had you wanted to go there. You always wanted to go there. So one night, me and a couple of buddies decided to go to the projects. We got in there, and as we were walking in there, we were drinking. This was back when I was drinking. We were drinking something. So I had to be 16 maybe. So when we got to the building, I was pretty drunk. I was. So we had to go to the 12th floor. And me and my buddies walked up there, and we were going up the stairs. And I think I was second, and somebody else was in front of me, and somebody was behind me. So once we got to the landing on the 10th floor, there was guys all out in the hall. And keep in mind, these halls smelled of urine and everything. It was just terrible smell. But I was so drunk I couldn't tell, you know. But I happened to walk. We tried to go through some people who were on a landing shooting dice. They were gambling right there. So my friend that was in front of me stepped over them, and he got past. And I was trying to step, but you know, I was on shaky legs, you know, I was drunk. And I knocked one of their beers over. Oh my goodness. And we're in the wrong place for this to happen, because we weren't from around there. We wasn't from there. We was from way over east of there, you know. So I knocked his beer over, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, my man." He said, "Man," he started cursing and stuff like that. And I said, "Look, I'm sorry. If you hold on, so I had some Bacardi. That was my drink then, Bacardi. I had some Bacardi. And I told him, I said, "Look, man, I don't want no beef here." And there was about this much left in there. And he was happy to get it. He was happy because that was stronger than the beer that he had. So he said, all right, man, go ahead on. And then he gave us a pass, and we was able to go. So we get up there, and they had a little party going on. So when we were leaving, there was gunshots going off. Pow, 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 pow. But luckily, this was before they had a gang war over there. So this was right before they had a gang war. So at that time, it was like kind of peace. I guess they were shooting just to shoot their guns off to see what, you know, to make sure they were shooting stuff like that. Just shooting for fun, you know. So we got out of there. And then somebody shot, and it skint the ground. Skint the ground, you know, like the bullet skint the ground. And sparks flew up. Man, that was it. We started running to the car. We got in the car. We all piled in the car and drove off. So, and it was several times I went to the projects, but it was like early in the day. It was daytime. It wasn't nighttime like it was, but, you know, it was daytime. We went over there, and maybe we was dating somebody over there in the projects, just going up there just to see them and stuff like that. But it wasn't bad at the time because they're a product of their environment. And my environment entailed on violence and stuff like that at the time in Chicago. So it was nothing new to me. It was like every day normal to hear gunshots near you. It was normal to hear people screaming and stuff, you know. But in 2005, they started demolishing the projects. In 2005, in 2007 was the last building went down. Yep. Now I felt kind of sad for those people because some people they didn't have nowhere to go. Look, they were paying like $20, $30 or maybe $75 a month there. So these people didn't have nowhere to go. But a lot of them got subsidized housing or got Section 8 and stuff like that. So they were able to move. A lot of them. But then again, I was angered because a lot of those people weren't good people. They had bad hearts. So they would do bad stuff. So now they wasn't contained in one spot. They had to spread out all over Chicago. Most of them going out to the south suburbs and stuff like that. When they got out to the south suburbs, it drastically changed the demographics out there. It drastically changed it. It was terrible. It was terrible because the people from the projects had a way of doing stuff, and the other people wasn't up on it. They didn't know about this. When they got a chance, when they got a loose, they went out to the south suburbs and to the Wild Hundreds. That was the Wild Hundreds, the suburb, the Wild Hundreds. They got out there and mixed in, and in no time, it became crime-ridden. In no time, all of the surrounding areas, all around the projects, where the projects were surrounding that, like Federal and State Street and stuff like that, when they left there, they spread it out to apartments that were available, And man, it really got bad. So, but they're a product of their environment, I can't blame them because I was one of them. I just didn't live in the projects, but I was around all of that stuff. It was sad. And, they had gangs in there like the Mickey Cobras, the GDs and the BDs. They were all in those buildings. And now they got to disperse and go all out. So the gang violence spread, and it was always gang violence in our neighborhood too, but not to that extent to where people were dying every day. So, well, let's get back to making a sloth. Yes. Those were the days. I can't even fathom even living around there. But I grew up around there. So I grew up around there. And it was nothing. It wasn't like people say, a lot of people say, oh man, I don't see how you lived around there, But you got to look at, if you live amongst all of that, you get used to it after so long. You get used to it. Yep, you get used to it. All right. We're going to put skin on them. Tear small pieces of tape. You see? Small pieces. See how I got the neck? Small pieces. Yeah, their coat was kind of brownish, like maybe brownish green. Maybe brownish green because of the algae growing on them. And they had thousands of bugs living on them. Just living on them. Parasites. But somehow, they like that. They don't itch or nothing like that. With all these mosquitoes and everything crawling on them, fleas, ticks. I don't think too many ticks was on them because they was too high up in the tree. But the fleas and everything were crawling on them. You would think they were nasty, but I don't think they were that nasty. Their coat was nasty. All right, we're going to put some right around his wrist, right around those claws. And do the other side. Their head can twist too. Yeah, their head can twist. Twist around. Almost 360 degrees. It's crazy. And they were very, very slow. It may take a sloth like maybe 20 minutes to get from here to probably the wall. But it kept them alive. It kept them alive. So I ain't mad at them. I am not mad at them. They surviving. So if they surviving, they doing something good. Something good to survive. All right. All right. Okay, we're going to do this. Top this off. Make sure you get the back side. See how smooth that is? See his back? We need to get this. But he's going to be in this position. I kind of like making sloth because it's easy. It's fast and it's easy. Birds are a little more complex, especially with the wings and stuff. Matter of fact, I got a sale for my duck, my Muscovy duck that I did. It's going to be going out Thursday. Oh, I forgot to mention. Shouts out to you, DeMarcus, for telling me to create this, okay? Little DeMarcus told me to create a sloth. So, here it is. All right. Yep. I'm going to give him this too. So after I create it and paint it and everything, he's going to get it. So All right. Okay. Now we just about finished with him. We need to put some around his face. Around his face, around his face, around his face, around the outside, around the outside. Yeah, it was a terrible place to live in Chicago. If you didn't live downtown in the Loop, you probably had a bad time, trying to survive there. It was all survival in Chicago. But it was you can bear it though, because you became used to that. And you became almost just like them. You like, hey, if somebody bother me, I'm gonna bother you, And they never did help each other, too many people. Like if somebody was laying out in the street, nobody checked on them or nothing. Nobody. Yep. Like people just step right over you. Step right over you. If you passed out in the street, people would step right over you. Maybe some people had a heart and would stop. Maybe some people would call the ambulance or something like that, but for the most part, most people would walk away. They don't want to get involved. They didn't want to get involved. Now, we got them now. Now let's try to find something to put this on. What? Okay, hold up 1 second, y'all. Let me get a stick or something. All right. I got a stick. I'm gonna get the stick. And he's gonna hang like this. You see that? That's how he's gonna be, all right? So now let's start painting. All right. We're gonna get a combination of orange again. I know y'all saying, man, why you always go to the orange? Because that's the way I make a certain type of brown. A certain type of brown. Just want to mix. Mix. I'm going to squirt a little more of this orange in there. And you're going to sprinkle a little green in there. Beep. All right. The green is going to represent the algae, so. Okay. Now we're going to start painting him. This is the two-toed sloth. We're going to just paint over everything. We're going to leave the claws bare because that's going to be a different color. Just want to go up to the claws. I don't know how many items. Well, I made 102 items so far with you guys. Yep, 102. Count them, because I've got 100 and something, 104 videos, but 2 of them I did just, well, I created them too, so. And I got my first time doing some stuff with y'all. I like that too. Like the first time I made a sailboat. I made it with you guys. All right. Just want to finish the... Just want to make them brown. Okay, now, with the head, I'm going to show y'all. The face is going to be a little browner, a little lighter than the rest of his body. Okay, guys? Now, so we're going to go like so. All the way up to here. And that's where the face is going to be. You see here? Just leave his face bare right there. All right. See? Leave his face bare. Now we're going to put a little more orange in here. Maybe we do this orange. This light orange. Because we want to make it light. We're going to take a different paintbrush and mix it with a little brown. A little of the brown that we created. And go just like this. Just around here. Just around. You see how the face look? Now, we're going to take some of that black, that brown, and go along, cover the rest of that. See how his face look? See that? Okay. Now, we're going to mix a little more in there and go with the body. The bottom of him. The stomach. Just want to go leave those claws bare. Leave it bare. Now, like this. Now, we want to get some white. And put a dab of white down there. Get a separate brush. And paint the claws. I don't know if many of y'all saw two-toed sloth before, but this is how they look. And feel free to look it up. Feel free to look them up. They're actually cool. I don't know if I would want to have one, or even keep one, but I heard that they're friendly. But they can scratch you with their claws if provoked. They're not animals that hunt other animals. They live off leaves and stuff like that. There you go. Now, we just check, make sure we got everything covered. just want to dot in. All right. Now we need to get our stick back again. Like so. Now we need to do his face. Let me see over here. Oh, we got some spot we missed. Yeah, check around to see if you missed any spots. It happens. Happens to the best of us, even me. I get so absorbed in talking and stuff like that, I forget to do spots. You know, so. Now, we're going to get black. Block. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Black. We're going to get black. All right, we got a black there. And we want to go right on the nose. Then, back over. Now, we want to do white. We want to do white on the back. White. See that? Look crazy, don't it? All right. We want to get him on his stick. There he is. The two-toed sloth. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. All right. There we go. Squeeze those arms in. You can squeeze the arms in closer. Closer to my dreams. Sometimes it feels like I'm all alone. There we go. The two-toed sloth, y'all. See how I'm saying? Okay. All right. Well, that's it for our Mask and Take Treasures today. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. And I really appreciate you guys coming. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you will know when I upload another video, okay? And share my videos so everyone can get this Mask and Tape Treasures experience. All right. Peace. Adios. Salamat.